Okay, so I have now mounted my dash cam, which is just my phone with a dashboard mount. And Pascal and I are sitting in the car, and in a minute I'm gonna go inside and get ready for work. Okay, so let me turn on the radio. I just got out of my receptionist job. I only work like 4 hours Monday through Friday, 4 hours a day Monday through Friday. So it's super nice that I get out super early. Tonight I'm working at my tour guide job in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm a ghost tour guide. So that starts at 9. So I usually leave a little before 8:30. That's Pascal in the back seat, my dog. I'm not allowed to have dogs at my house, so this is the closest we could get. My mom is meeting me at the house. I don't know if she'll be there when I get there or if she'll be there a little after. I got out of work a little early, so I would assume she'd get there after. And we're going to have the food I made last night. I made a casserole, chicken fajita casserole. This person's going so slow. Chicken fajita casserole with so much cheese in it. It's so good. I had some last night, but there's a ton of leftovers since I tried to make it only for one, but you know, that's really hard. So I think I'll use up most of it between me and my mom and I tonight. I'll probably record when I'm going to my tour, but I can't record my tour because it's against the rules to share what's on the tour unless you're a paying customer. So I can tell you random stories, but I can't like show you the place and talk about it and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So if you didn't watch my last video, I'm Nicole. My fiance died June 12th. I was supposed to get married July 11th. So it's been a little over 1 week since I was supposed to get married. Don't really have anyone to hang out with around here, so I'm spending a lot of time by myself now. My mom keeps visiting, but she lives in New Hampshire, which is like 45 minutes away. And my best friend lives like an hour and 15 minutes away in Western Massachusetts. So I'm pretty isolated here. My fiance Dave's parents keep wanting me to come and hang out with them, like just say hi and stuff like that. But so I live downstairs, and then upstairs is an office space, and that's their financial planning office. And Dave worked there, so I really I force myself to go up every couple of days and say hi, but I can't be going up there every day because it's just too upsetting seeing his desk. Even though they moved it so it's not in the same spot, it's still his desk and it's still got his stuff on it. I made some changes to the apartment just because I couldn't look at his spot on the couch nonstop. That was too hard. So I divided the sectional, so my part of the couch is now like a chaise lounge that sits sideways, and his part of the couch is now the cat's couch in the bedroom. I've also been shopping a lot because I'm slightly depressed, so I've been getting a lot of clothes at like Goodwill and stuff, so at least I'm not spending too much money. And so today I assembled a new hanging rack, and I put it up right outside my closet, so it kind of looks like a walk-in closet now, so that's cool. Always wanted a walk-in closet. And yeah, I cleared, he was really into health and fitness, and so he had a lot of like protein powders and supplements and stuff, and I only could bring myself to empty one of his cabinets, and I made it into a coffee bar. But other than the couch and the coffee bar, I haven't changed anything. I got rid of like his yogurt and stuff because I wouldn't eat it, and it would just go bad. So, but super weird being home by myself, so I started this YouTube channel. So hopefully I can make a community of people that are into both the spooky gothic and retro. I have things like Pyrex and copper molds in my house because I love retro things from the 50s and 60s. And yeah, so I'm hoping that this video, I'll do like cook with me's and decorate with me's, because I really like decorating, and Halloween decor hunting and Christmas decor hunting. My fiance really liked Halloween and horror, which is why I'm into that this year, but normally I'm more of a Christmas person. So I'm just trying to make up for the fact that I have never decorated for Halloween before, because I've only been living here for a couple of years. This is the house we lived in together, and I I'm gonna force myself. I'm really not into horror, but I've been going with the darker aesthetic lately, in my own way, because I still love retro things. I'm more 50s and 60s, but I like classic rock and country as well. So gothic isn't too much of a stretch for me. And I really love Jade the Libra's channel. So I've been watching a lot of her, which inspired me to, because people comment and talk to her, and she has a whole community. And I feel like I really need something like that, because I only have my mom and my dad and my sister to a degree, and my best friend, and that's it, because Dave was everything to me. So I'm home, because it only takes 5 minutes to get home, and I'll come back when it's time to go to my tour. And I'll talk about the tour. Okay, bye. Okay, so I am on my way to my tour guide job. So let me get started, and then I was going to talk about some of my fun ghost stories, because like I said before, I'm a ghost tour guide in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm not going to do it in the order of the tour. I'm just going to tell random stories. So I just need to get out onto the street first. Okay. I live on a very main road, so leaving my driveway is a pain in the ass. Pascal can attest to that, because he rides in the car with me when I sit at that exit to my driveway for forever. Okay, so I was going to start by talking about the Pickman House. So the Pickman House was purchased by a candle maker, his wife, and his 8-year-old daughter, or she's believed to be about 8. This is a local legend, so whether there's truth to it, but I'll let you be the judge when I tell you the ghost part of it. Okay, so the father, his 8-year-old daughter came down with yellow fever. And in that time, yellow fever was basically a death sentence. So, the father locked his 8-year-old daughter in the very top attic room and put a slot in the door so he could feed her without getting exposed to the illness. Now, his wife was not a fan of this idea, and she just continued to nag him every day, telling him to open the door to let the daughter out. She wants to be with her and everything like that, until finally one night he had enough. So he grabbed his wife, forced her into the backyard, and tied her to a large tree in the backyard. The tree is no longer there. And then he went inside and started heating up a large block of wax. So, when the wax reached boiling point, he took the cast iron pot, brought it into the backyard, and poured the hot wax onto his wife's head. She screamed in agony before dying a slow and excruciatingly painful death. Soon after, the daughter passed away from the yellow fever, and now all alone, the father hung himself. But despite the fact that 2 murders and a suicide happened here, it is the little girl that is seen most often. People have seen her looking through the window on the first floor. And across the street from the Pickman House is a retirement community. Now, there have been many calls over the decades since that place was built, saying, the retirement community was built, saying that the light is on in the attic of the Pickman House and that there are hooligans in there. But every time the police showed up, the place was fully locked up and the light was off. Now, keep in mind that this is a retirement facility, and therefore they could just be suffering from some form of dementia, obviously. But the fact that it happened over a long period of time, and there were many calls to the police with the same story, makes you wonder if there's some truth to it. That's the story of the Pickman House. Now, interestingly enough, for a while it was a historical exhibit, and they had wax figures of the family and the building in the house that would tell the story of what happened to them. However, it was so creepy that they ended up taking down the exhibit. However, recently, as in the past couple of months, they have sometimes had the lights on and been working on something in there, which makes you wonder if they're going to have another exhibit. Hopefully one slightly less creepy. Which reminds me that there's a museum in Salem. I think it's just the Salem Witch Museum. In that pedestrian center that is both in the basement, so you have to go downstairs to see the tour, and they're wax figures that move and talk. I interviewed there, and I was like, this is not for me. I was so afraid that someone was gonna jump out at me or something like that, because it's in a dark basement and there's things moving down there. So even though it was just me and the person that was showing me around during my interview, I was like, this is not for me. They didn't end up offering me the job, but